Would someone like to do questions? This is so rough. I'm sorry. Yes, Lenny. I'm going to interrupt and tell you that Lenny is the retired graduate dean of Marshall. And when we used to go for hiring interviews, we would have to go see Lenny, and he would have perused something about our dissertations. We never knew how he did it. He would ask us some bizarre question, and the one you asked me, I happen to know the answer, but it was like amazing.
Okay, Mary. It's not uncommon for poets to have an inner debate or dialogue, but you have chosen to do it in a very unusual way through this unborn twin. Can you give us any insight into why you chose to approach it this way rather than a more conventional way?
Well, what a smart question. But first of all, I didn't really approach it as a dialogue. What happened is I had this character named Amanda who was initially about a friend of ours who was very beautiful, who got into weird relationships all the time. And so it began being about beauty, feminine beauty, and being seen. And then through who knows what means, I began fleshing out Amanda, and she began to be more of a character. And then, for no reason whatsoever, I ran into an article about vanished twins. And I went, Amanda has a vanished twin. So it's not very intentional. It is. I was so glad. And there have been other books of poetry written about conjoined twins, and but no one ever turned them into a dialogue, like Lenny says. And it is a little bit the tradition, for those of you who don't know earlier English literature, is there's a tradition of poems called Dialogue of Self and Soul. So that's, in a way, Amanda is like a soul, which one of my first readers pointed out. So it's not far from that, but it came about totally accidentally. Sure. Not.
What inspires you to write? Where do you draw your inspiration? I think the most difficult thing is to sit in front of a laptop computer and try to be creative.
Well, actually, I make myself write. I'm not inspired to write. I sit down often. And I always say I look out my window, so you will see the same images over and over. My yew tree, my spruce. But then they take me somewhere else. As I start to write about them, the language takes me elsewhere. And so it's, again, not very intentional, except the intention to write. And that's an obsession and a compulsion.
The cover is fantastic. It is just, it draws you to it. So is this your creation?
No, the cover came about because the publisher, the actual publisher of the small press, Madville Publishing, just went out on the internet and found, I guess she found one of these female images. And then she actually read the book. And she went, blue and red. upside down, right side up. She constructed it. And so she sent us a whole bunch of like 10 possibilities. And both I and the poetry owner went, it's the most perfect representation of the contents of a poetry book. I feel so grateful.
And the last question is this book available at Marshall Books?
Probably not, because I haven't done very well about getting around locally yet. Because why? Because I recovered from knee replacement.
I understand.
But anyway, yeah, I still have to do that, and I need to get out to book tenders too, and our place in 14th Street.
I wanted to purchase a couple copies, but I only have a debit card.
Oh, okay.
So
You could write a check if you want. You can order it from the publisher.
okay,
Yeah, Madville Publishing.
okay, I will take a picture of that.
Yeah, yeah. We should probably stop because people want books signed. If anyone wants to join us at Grill on 3rd, I think, what time is it now? 5. They're expecting people from 5:30 on, so if you don't mind hanging out and then going there for hors d'oeuvres. Thank you so very much for being here, everyone.
Oh, sure.